10 strokes, 1. 6. I was so good at this the first night we had it. I quit. He's dead.
All right, Dex Hopkins, welcome, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Hey, you're welcome. First time doing one of these?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hell yeah. Well, I know we've had some people ask some questions, and I wanted to get your opinion being a games athlete and all, but first, some might say you look like Jesus.
What a role model.
I know, right? How did all that come to be? Hair, beard?
Oddly enough, dude, I taught high school for 1 year and got a haircut every night, shaved every night. And it just, I don't know. I met a lady I wanted to marry. We moved to a new place, so I was doing new things, and I haven't had a haircut or shave. Trimmed it up, but I hadn't shaved in, it's been like 3 years. So now we got a super long Tarzan hair and Tom Hanks from Castaway face. So it's
Yellow
it works.
Wilson.
Yeah, the old oak.
I like, how long do you plan on keeping it?
I don't know. I think I'll shave before I cut my hair. There's a lot of awkward that you just found out tapped out on me.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of awkward between shaved head like I used to have and long hair. So
And how it is now, yeah.
yeah, I'm terrified of what it looks like under here now to shave it. Honestly, my head, I'm definitely not doing that. That's a long process. Beard will grow back, but so it'll go
Easy.
before the hair. But
Okay.
yeah, I don't know what my skin looks like under there. I hadn't seen it. I hadn't seen the sun in years.
So I was gonna say, you're gonna like shave your head, get it all back, and just be like,
And I'm lazy.
Baby,
Like I
right.
couldn't have hair like yours because I'd have to do stuff to it all the time.
yeah.
I'd forfeit to the hat every day.
Hey, that's what I did for a while before I got that cut hat
The
on.
luscious mane.
Yeah,
How dare you?
that's good. Okay, so let's get started now. What, for those who don't know you yet, even though your face is so recognizable, what led you to CrossFit and kind of where you're at now?
It's a fun story. So I got out of college, played football at Delta State University, Mississippi. I was all hyped up to coach football. Love football. It's all I ever did. Very kind of consume my life, kind of find your identity in it kind of thing, which is not always the healthiest. But through some growth and opportunity, man, I was coaching high school or teaching high school. Got to do it at my own high school in Richland, Mississippi, with one of my favorite teacher coaches ever. His name's Ricky Housley. And it just, kids are different now, and it wasn't the thing for me. And coming out of football, I still had that kind of athletic or the competitive void. So it was still interesting to me. And I found it the summer before my senior year. A girl I was dating and her entire family used to go to CrossFit 2717 with a guy named Michael McElroy, who still owns it now, owns a few more gyms in Jackson, but a guy I stay in contact with. Thought it was stupid. I was
Like everybody at first?
Yeah, like everybody, right? You got to work out for 3 hours and then go run routes and run 110s to be in shape. That just, it wasn't the case, man. I remember I went the first day, I was, 250 pounds, pretty athletic cat, and knew I would tell you. If you didn't even ask, I'd offer it to you. But I went, the first day was a heavy lift, and I think it was the regionals workout, it was 21, 15, 9 deadlifts and box jumps. I think I did really well.
315?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the time, easy money. And I think I did it, told everybody it was stupid, went to the YMCA and worked out that day, which was hilarious. So I was like, all right, I'll get my ego stroked. I'll go do this as a warm-up every day. And then I came back the next day, and I'll never forget Tim Bell. It was my girlfriend's dad. Oh, obviously older than me. The workout, him, and a guy named Jeff McDaniel, who owns Reservoir CrossFit there now. It was hella. And I'd never run more than 100 yards ever. So 400 meters, like whatever, I'll just sprint, walk, and sprint. And I did that. Real good coming out of the gate for the first 100 meters.
Yeah, first round felt good, probably.
Walked till they all called me. Died. Couldn't do 21 kettlebell swings without putting it down. Pull-ups probably looked like the real classic CrossFit, always having a seizure and cheating pull-up.
Yeah.
Probably very safe at the time, such knowledge I had. But these two guys that were, significantly older than me, but obviously in way better shape, destroyed me. So like, all right, there's something to this. My joints feel bad all the time. I'm starting to notice it.
Just like from football and all the regular training?
Well, we were 90% lifts all the time.
Yeah.
So, it's collision sport, raw power, I'm cool for that. We did a lot of explosion stuff, which translated to this. So, I came and did it, kind of scrapped the whole football program that summer. I was so into it, the community aspect of it, doing it with people, because playing ball, I love the game. But the thing you have more time to fall in love with, because the season's so short, 10, if you're lucky, 12, 13 games.
Yeah.
And I was lucky enough for that to be our season. It was all, usually 12 or 13, especially in senior college. And I always loved the off-season more because I wasn't a very talented cat. I was just a really hard worker. And this kind of being the sport of that was just a sport of the off-season. Yeah, and that's it. And so being in a group of people and it being a kind of team atmosphere where everybody's, hey, you're doing it, we're doing it together, let's encourage everybody. That was very attractive to me and still is. And, even if it was you and some 50-year-old guys, it was great. So I scrapped it, ended up playing the best season I've ever played. So I was really on fire for it as an athlete. And then I had that teaching experience that turned me off to teaching and coaching football. And then, so I got into, just luck of the draw. Met a guy, he owned a local kind of logo gym and was looking to get into having an affiliate in a CrossFit class. And, right place, right time. I met him at a restaurant in Mississippi. Just having lunch one day, I had on like my CrossFit gear. I just got, still sweaty. And he was like, hey man, you do CrossFit? I was like, yeah, gave him the whole rundown. And like most times, he talked way too much, and he was into it though. So I moved 2 hours away from home, on some empty promises, but ended up being a pretty fruitful situation. Learned a lot about myself. Had to live by myself for a little while and do a job I was not a fan of. So ended up having a lucky opportunity. A guy I know for a while named Chris Allen, and one of his buddies had opened a gym, Coyote CrossFit in Jackson. So they had left Mississippi CrossFit, kind of. All of a sudden, you never tell a school you got a new job till you got it.
Yeah.
So that happened. Awesome for them. Ended up being awesome for me. I was able to come into a head coaching role. Mind you, I'd never coached a CrossFit class, ever. So I came in to be
You were
the guy.
training at all?
No, never.
No,
I was
but just the teaching experience.
Yeah, so the job I had, it was a regular gym. I was folding towels. I was on CrossFit Journal every day. I'm 100% sure that I ran through every CrossFit Journal ever. Like, it didn't matter if it was pregnant ladies, Greg Glassman talking about why you should have a pair of lets and you're stupid if you don't, or every gym's incomplete without dumbbells, whatever it was, I read it. I was on fire for it, and still am, man. It was an awesome time, and I was fortunate enough to have the time to do it. So I came into that, really good at faking until I made it, loose turn. But we called a lady, her name was Courtney, she owned the gym. I came and interviewed, I coached her new class on Friday, packed a U-Haul on Saturday and moved home Sunday. So,
wow.
Yeah, and that was 3 years, man, to where it was me and one lady that kind of helped, but she was having a baby and busy, so it was mostly me running the show and being able to interact with people and kind of have trial by fire, man. It was not a negative experience. Well, there's some bumps, yeah.
Yeah, with anything.
But it was awesome for me to get that experience and kind of just get to do whatever I wanted and see what worked and what didn't. As bad as it probably looked then, I think I'm a better coach and then even athlete now, going through the stuff competitively and being able to coach people who are just trying to be a healthier mom, brother, sister, whatever, in a class, I think it goes away, it was a good experience. So, then I met my wife. She was a really high level competitor in Mississippi. She was top 15 in the South Central region 2013 and 14. I ended up qualifying for regionals in 2014. We both went, had a good old time. Went to regionals, got married June 7th, moved here the 14th. To start
2013,
2014, yeah, right after regionals. So we both went to compete at regionals, San Antonio 2014, packed our stuff, moved here for her to start residency in the UK. I had no clue what I was doing, did not know what CrossFit Maximus was, never heard of it. Moved here, worked out a few days, met with Matt Sharp and them. Said, hey, I'm the head coach for a few years. I'm super interested in coaching. You guys will have me. And fortunate enough they had a need. They just had to kind of reorganize some stuff. And they had enough locations where they needed a few extra coaches. So I was like, throw me in the fire. And that was awesome. They had a team, so competitive board was filled. After about 2 weeks, I was going through the apprenticeship thing like everybody has to, and it was fun. And then competitively, I was so pumped to be a part of a good team that, they had a history.
Pause.
Yeah.
This will be good. I'll keep it in there.
I won't leave them all. old electric lights.
Oh, yeah.
That might look good. There's a light a little better in here. But they just had a history of the team going to the games. Had made it to regionals once. You know, I did well in the open, did okay at regionals, just wasn't very experienced. It was a big deal, and I kind of psyched myself out. And then through that, man, I've just been fortunate enough to have like so much kind of professional growth as a coach through them and Misfit Athletics, who my kind of role has grown with as a coach. I can go to camps, I'm a remote coach, and those guys, since I've competed, you know, after the first part we met, I did regionals prep with them in 2014, and since then, just our relationship's blossomed. And now I coach with them and travel and stuff like that, do remote coaching and coach camps, and it's been cool, man. Everything here has just been, you know, a super fruitful experience for me, and you know, whether it be professional or athlete, you know, fortunate enough to go to games twice with the team, 2015 and this last year in 2017, and meet some of my best friends that I'll be lifelong friends with, like Chris Walker's like my brother, so we'll, you know, and Melissa Dawes, people we've had on the team, and Erica and all those, so, and I've been fortunate enough to be able to do it with my wife. So where 2014 was cool, both went individually, like this last year, getting to go to the games together, it was like, you know, the ultimate, and that's been a dream of hers, and I got to go in 2015, her schedule was a little crazy, and she couldn't really commit to anything just because of work, which, you know, you not being able to do stuff because you're doing surgery is a pretty awesome problem to have.
Yeah, so. You're not just not going to get away from it. It's like you're doing it because you're helping other people.
No, and the terrifying thing is, man, she was working 100 plus hours a week, and she's still qualified individually. Like, that lady's a superhero. She's a freak. She has something going on in her body that needs to be studied, because I don't know how she does it.
Yeah, like, give me some of that, whatever she's drinking.
Oh, no doubt. But she's good, man. She, you know, it was so awesome to be able to see her, you know, walk down the tunnel and all that stuff this year, and be on the floor, and still compete at a high level. And that was cool to be able to do with her this year. And you know, that's where we are now. I was fortunate enough to be able to do some head coach dance here. My role, I think, will keep expanding on Misfit Athletics as we dive into coaching teams and kind of helping people improve their affiliate product as far as a coaching standpoint, how their classes are run and things of that nature and stuff like that. So
cool. And so how many total regional experiences?
I went 2014 individual, 15, 16, 17, qualified for the games in 15 and 17, came up a rep short, 16. So I guess 4 regional experiences.
4 regionals, and 2 were individual, right?
One is individual.
One individual.
The first year I did the open,
I got you.
like 150th, and I was pissed, which is awesome for your first time. I had no clue what I was doing, you know, just the experience. And then the next year I ended up getting 5th in South Central, which, you know, is a weaker region, but to me at the time it was a huge deal, and they had just cut it down where they were taking 40 instead of 60. So,
big cut.
Yeah, and then we moved here, and I was like, oh, well, I can give that up.
Team,
yeah. Which was cool, man. Like, there's nothing I love more than, you know, on a terrible day, being able to come in and do stuff because, you know, there's 5 other people depending on it. I think it makes it a lot easier, it takes a lot of stress off, and gives you an opportunity to really kind of express your athletic potential or, you know, what you've been working on instead of stressing out, and like that individual life is stressful.
So you know, it's all on you, make or break.
Yeah, I'm not about that. I want to share this pressure.
Yeah. And I was kind of going to ask you, like, how is it, do you think, being on a games team, or even just a regionals team, just a team atmosphere in general, over like that individual aspect, or, you know, like, what are something that the teams get to do or experience at the games that maybe the individuals don't?
Man, spotlight is way different. I think the pressure of it, like I'll tell a lot of my athletes, lights are heavy. And that's been my experience the last few years, especially, you know, the last 3 going on a team. First year, you know, I'm the new guy, I want to do well, tell me what to do, I'll do it, you know. Very kind of humbling experience, because you've got these people who have been the year before that went, got 19th. I'm a new guy, they don't really know me in a competition setting other than little local things we've done. And, you know, so it's just really my mouth and me in practice, you haven't really seen me do anything. So, you know, that was a high pressure situation, but each year, man, I felt like being able to wrap my mind around it. You can see it in people like Chris Walker and Erica who have been there forever, you know, and they've been on the team a few times, they've been to the games. Lights aren't as heavy, like experience is super valuable, and I feel like you're able to go and have a lot of fun, man. I feel like there's the really good example of it I felt this year, like in a moment was Sunday when we needed to do well on one, and we could all kind of put the serious face on and put the pedal down and show out, and we did with one event, and that kind of locked up our spot to go this year. And you know, aside from my wife going, like, it was awesome doing that stuff with 5 friends, man. And now, while I'm sure, like, I've never done too terribly well at regionals as an individual. That one time I got 20th or something like that. But, you know, I've never done an individual sport. Like, it's always been, it's always been a more gratifying thing to me to share with people. And like, I think that's a replica of what CrossFit is and like the community and stuff like that. And you coach, you know, I've seen people in classes PR and it'd be way more exciting than me PR by myself. Like, when you've been a part of somebody's journey and like the kind of trust they put in you for stuff like that. And it's the same thing on team. So getting to share that stuff, having somebody jump up, chest bump, hug, high five, whatever, that's on your team going through a week, they've been in here, they've witnessed the struggle, the kind of schedule conflicts, you know, all the things that go into coordinating 6 or now 4, thanks, CrossFit. And that's the sad thing about that is, man, is it's dead. Like, there'll be no
like affiliate.
The affiliate team is dead. Like, you have to change the name of it. Like, there'll be 4-person teams. That's awesome. I think from a athletic standpoint, the show of it, like spectator-wise, way better. I 100% agree. Like, you can't be like house dad, you know, mom or whatever now and go. Like, there's
slide by.
Yeah, there will be no weaklings. I think there's way more pressure. You can say girls because there's always pressure on the ladies. Just, you know, it just is like muscle ups. How many can you do and stuff like that? But that's not a thing anymore. You don't have a very high caliber like above mid-pack regionals lady, and definitely guys. I don't think you'll qualify or even be competitive at regionals. You'll go and you'll have a good time. But to go and be competitive, and like a bad year for us has been 6th. You know, I don't think that's a thing anymore. Yeah. And we were one of the, last year we had Dawson and Darwin, and they were, you know, recruits, but they're 30 minutes away.
Yeah.
They're not,
different states and pulling them in.
You know, relocate your family to come here, you know, which, you know, I don't know, it's insane to me. But spectator-wise, from a coach standpoint, I think it'd be awesome to watch. But affiliate team-wise, like the love I've had for that over the last few years, man, I think that part of it is dead. But, you know, within your gym, I heard somebody talk about like Friday Night Lights, you being able to make more teams in your gym and make, you know, tap into that stuff. That would be awesome. So maybe, you know, a curveball they're throwing could revive the open for some people because, you know, you get sick of going through the motions like, oh, well, it's Friday Night Lights, we're going to line up and do it. So, you know, it'll open up some things for you to do some new things with your gym, stir up some community. And there will be upsides, downsides to me, affiliate cup's dead. Like, there won't be any real, like, I would almost say do it like Wadapalooza does. Like, you and your buddy from wherever do these qualifiers.
Your scores together. Qualify, you don't have to.
Save some people some money. You know, these people who don't have real jobs, most of them don't. Sorry if you do. But like, you know, accountant Jimmy that's working out, you know, not getting 4 hours, 5 hours in the gym or 2 sessions a day, like, probably not gonna, unless you're just some freak athlete, probably not gonna, there'll be outliers, I know that. But, you know, on the average or like the numbers, I don't see the affiliate cup or affiliate teams that were real affiliate teams either coming out of class, coming out of the coaching staff, coming from, you know, the surrounding area of your affiliate, unless you just live now in Cookville because everybody's moving there, but it's
I was gonna say, where are we going?
No, I love those guys, man. I think for the sport, it'll be cool progression wise. You know, so I'm a bitter 6-man team guy. So
hey, that's okay. You know, everybody's got to have their preference.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
And I know you kind of touched on this a little bit with like, you know, it's easier for you to kind of stay and get motivated when you know that you have, you know, 6 people or whoever else relying on you every time you come in. But like, what has gotten you motivated in the past that kind of like keeps you motivated every day to come in? Because I mean, you've made regionals. What was it again? 4?
Yeah, one individual.
14, right?
14.
Okay, so 14. I mean, that's still awesome, and obviously that might be one of your main drivers. But what else is it in the gym, outside the gym, that kind of, you know, keeps motivating you and something you can?
So my answer is super weird for this because I have a super addictive personality. And in football, it was the same. Like, I never went on a spring break trip. Sadly, like, I don't have any cool Panama stories or anything like that. Like, I never went on a summer trip. That was what I was locked into, and it was for the same reasons. Like, if you and I were on the team, I didn't want you to come back to 2 days and see me dying. I didn't want you to.
I didn't put in my part.
I didn't want you to think I went home and played Madden or something. And like, and there were cats who could do that. I was not lonely. So, and it was just, you know, I credit that to my mom, like work ethic wise, because that lady, when I was at Pee Wee football, I used to get just destroyed. And I'll never forget her telling me, well, look, if you want to be good at this, it's all you need to do. Like, that's it. Eat, sleep, breathe. That's it. And I'll never forget her telling me that. She'll tell me that about anything. Even when I call her now, like, that's some of the best advice, and like that's my work ethic is if you're gonna do it, you're all in for it. So that was my thing. And then translating into this, it's a sport of the off season. So the part where I was all in was a very easy transition. Now is that the best health and wellness, you know, plan or you know, model? No.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if you train to compete, I tell everybody, like, you feel like crap most of the time until it's game day. Like, it's not for you to be healthier on your hikes with your kids or, you know, go play roughhouse or whatever. But, you know, I've treated it the same way as I did football. Like, I'm all in for it. Like, never been a big drinker, even more so now. Recently, I found out you can't eat Taco Bell all the time and perform like you want to.
God dang it.
Yeah, I love nacho
What
and chicken burritos, but it doesn't translate to good 10Ks and such. And I was a heavier guy and cut some of that stuff out, like very small tweaks or big tweaks. Kenzie Riley, shout out the diet coach for taking 20 pounds off of me. But you know, I felt better and found health and wellness things through competing with that. But it's I don't know, man. I don't want to be the guy that shows up and like is not ready.
Doesn't show up on that day.
Yeah, if you like be the best practice player ever but can't show up when the lights are on, that to me, like, I don't know. And I crash and burn a ton in practice. Yeah, and I crash and burn a ton in practice. You know, I'm just very reckless with pace and stuff like that in practice, just because I think there's value in finding real lines of failure.
And actually seeing how far you can go till you can't hold on to the bar.
Yeah, well, it's cool to have a realistic line. If I say, oh, well, I could have done this, you don't know. And that was my thing. And it always has been. Like, I've had a lot of training partners over the years. I mean, we started Misfit CrossFit. Me, Caleb Gressett, Vic Sanders, Andrew Carsich, my wife. We had an insane group of people who would work out in the day. And all three of us would coach. And then at night we would just do like circus tricks, which is hilarious. And some of that stuff we were doing are things now, like handstand walk obstacle course. Like that's how we train handstand walks. But like every night we do something stupid, like 6 by 500 meter row or 10 minutes, 30 on, 30 off on the bike. This is before assault bikes too, so it was not that big a deal. You would die now. But we just had a group of people, man. It was a team, and like that always kept me motivated. And so it's just fun, man. And it's just the thing I've chosen to be addicted to. I find my identity less in it now. Like I'm way more happy being like a great husband, like a great family to my wife, and a great coach to other people. And this is something I'll be able to do forever now. But while I'm doing it, I'll be all in for it, and that'll be something I kind of run after wholeheartedly. So it's awesome.
I was gonna say that's something I think a lot of people need to find. What you said is find their identity outside of the sport, and kind of like how they can be happy outside when it's all done. You know, and then they just do CrossFit for fun.
Yeah.
And then they just do CrossFit for life and being able to move well.
Well, everybody gets caught up in like, well, I gotta do this.
Number game.
Yeah, and the numbers game is awesome. Like there's a very sexy accountability, and you write the score up for class, you being objective with your results and stuff like that. There's a very good accountability to that. I think there's a lot of, you know, kind of negative connotation with the competition side of it. Like Weekend Warrior, do your local comp stuff when you've been doing class. I think that's very, very cool. I mean, it's the same thing as like you go and run 5K. Like your gauntlet trial or whatever it is. Yeah, and like that's cool. But people that want to kind of drown themselves in, you know, competing and on the CrossFit side of it, like that is very, very short-lived. And like even for people who do it at such a high level, hey, there's a tiny percent that make money doing it. And I've met most of them. They're super nice people, but like that's all they do. Like they come in this gym. Know if you love them. That's all they do. And that's an awesome life if you have that, you know.
That's all you want.
Yeah, and it's not that's all you want. It's an awesome life. And I've met some of my best friends and like been able to see like businesses grow, like Ryan Schultz will be one of my best friends till forever. And watching them stress about flying the regionals in 2015 in Minneapolis to now they're a title sponsor for the games, and like him, Jeremiah, that whole squad, like those guys watching that, like that's an awesome relationship, man. And like it's the same feeling I get from coaching, like like when somebody else PRs or somebody can do something, they came in with a kind of preconceived thing they couldn't. Like there's value in that. Like that stuff's not fleeting as a CrossFit career. Like if you're not coaching or owning a gym or managing or something like that, like you're not going to make a living doing it. And yeah, CrossFit doesn't have a, you know, what do you call it? There's no limit. Like you don't have 4 years to do it. There's no eligibility.
Yeah.
But there it is. You know, like your body can take so much. Yeah.
Yeah.
It can do way more than you think, but it also, like, there's a time.
That's why they're bringing that Master's number down.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. I can't wait till it's 30. One more year, baby.
We'll see how that goes, yeah. Okay, so I had a question from one of my Weakness Wod athletes, Greg Costner. He asked, in a games/regional level athlete's opinion, what separates people from reaching that level the most? Is it natural talent, mental determination, or something kind of completely different? And obviously, different, you know, games regional athletes might answer this a little bit differently. What's your take on it?
My take now, coach athlete perspective, is the way this game changes so fast year to year. And I'll always relate everything to football. I mean, 1960s, offensive lineman, 6'2", 220. Now, a guy that puts his hand in the ground that's 300 plus pounds runs under a 4.7 40. That's a car hitting you at full speed. And this game progresses way faster than that.
Because it's so much new.
Well, yeah, I mean, you think about from sectionals to taking 60 people out of the open, to taking 40, to taking 20, like, that's a huge progression. And if you see how many guys snatched, when it was a big deal to snatch 225, and now there's a ton of guys who can snatch 300, not on the first day of competition. Like, there is time, man hours, and not even in the gym. I think out of the gym, the dedication for, you know, even regionals now, the way it's structured, the way they throw things in the open as far as capacity, strength, and then the tests. I think the tests are great to get to regionals now. I think the details of your life, sleep, how you manage stress, are you eating well, are you recovering? There's a lot of people that like, I need to do more training, and I've found nothing, you know, nothing more valuable in my last few years is that more is not better. Like, almost always more is not better. Is there a time for volume and like beating yourself on the ground to prepare? Yeah. But you got to earn that experience. And I think people trying to skip parts and like, well, I got to be ready for this. But like, man, the open's hard. And getting through the open and the regionals is hard. And that's a process. And I think beating yourself up from June to the open with volume and all this stuff that, you know, your body can't withstand all year. I think the outside of the gym is the set apart. Like, are you eating well? Are you sleeping
all
well?
the other X factors besides training.
Well, yeah, things you can control.
Yeah.
Like, cause game day, I can't control how good Logan is. I can only control like the effort I put into my work, my body of work inside the gym. I think as important or more important outside of the gym now, like who are your friends? Like, what's your support system like? Are you sleeping 8+ hours a night? Some people are like, I don't need that. Yeah, you do. Like, cortisol's real, and I've seen it. Like, it'll destroy you.
Yeah. I've even heard of a lot of people, you know, high-level athletes coming in and their coach makes them do the grip strength test, you know, because that's like the #1 sign of overtraining or not having enough recovery is like if your grip strength is weak. Like, you might feel good, you might say, hey, let's go snatcher, let's go do this Metcon today, but okay, do the grip test, oh, it's weaker, okay, we need to like maybe do everything in like a flow state today,
yeah.
Or a you know, kind of flow test instead of a let's go 1 rep max snatcher, let's go.
Yeah, no doubt. And I mean, things outside the gym were what I found was kind of the difference in, you know, people wanting to get into the competitive part, get from the open into regionals, and even further than that. And it's just the details. And that's why I was fortunate enough to make friends and have been for a long time with Drew and Seth and Sheriff and all the guys from Misfit, where that's Drew's thing. Like, we just started, or he started the Misfit project, him and Ted, and that's kind of what the thing is. You know, they talked about, you know, your morning routine, your tribe, your support system, and stuff like that outside the gym, where, you know, a lot of people don't have the lifestyle that lines up with that. You know, as much as you want to, like your kids, your job, your relationships, your marriage, whatever it is, that stuff, if none of that stuff is in order or it's constant chaos, that's not going to be like make for fruitful training sessions, recovery sessions. Your stress is going to be high, and how you manage that stuff outside the gym on top of the hours you put into training and recovering, like that's what leads to that. So that's the difference to me is getting from the open to regionals and stuff like that. You know, do you move well? Are you good at CrossFit? Like, and good now means, are you strong? Are you fast? Do you move efficiently? You can't be the guy that can't squat and you power everything, or, you know, there's a hole and you can't do muscle ups, you know, or you can't do overhead squat because this is your overhead position. Like, those things that's a thing of the past. Like, that's 2008, 12, whatever. You know, you can't do that anymore. So if you move well, you're efficient. Do the things in the gym line up, you know, goals-wise? Is the things outside of the gym lining up with that? Are you able to control that and manage your stress and all that stuff? So to answer this question, you know, that's the difference. Lifestyle, are you fortunate enough for it to line up? And are you managing that well? Everything as well as inside the gym, or those ducks in a row? And then on top of that, probably equal or more important, outside of the gym, are you setting yourself up to make your athletic roof as high as you can, and then are you putting in the things in and outside the gym to really kind of reach toward and get to that roof?
I couldn't agree more. I think a lot of people, it's really easy to focus on, you know, what happens in here with warm-up, workout, all the details of what goes into that workout or that training session, and then even just recovering in here, but then as soon as they leave, it's like, oh,
I love Diet Coke.
Yeah,
Man, I love pizza. And I'm guilty, I'm super guilty of that. And that's, like, the thing with team was, you got a little more leeway. Now, with 4 people, I don't think so. Like, there's between, like, affiliate class guy doing it to be health and wellness versus guy who's trying to make a push to regionals through the open, you know, possibly beyond, is, are you lining up everything performance-wise, movement, range of motion, taking care of your ducks, getting your ducks in a row in the gym as well as outside of the gym, lining up things like your support system, managing your stress, your recovery, are you maximizing that kind of athletic potential there so you can push it further? And then that's what a lot of people, don't have a choice. You have a kid, a family, a job that it's not lining up with those things, and that's okay. Like, it's not the end of the world. Like, this is one of the best tools to be the healthiest, you know, best version of you. And that doesn't mean you have to go to the CrossFit Games or to regionals or whatever, you know. Throw it down with your buddies on a weekend competition, do the open, you know, be really good at life. That's way better than being really good at CrossFit.
Yeah.
So that's the difference, man. Managing outside the gym and kind of lining up the whole thing rather than just thinking that in the gym doing more is going to equal more. That's not always the case.
Yeah. That's good. I know you talked a little bit about, you know, the open. Since the 2018 is coming up, open season, we're probably, I think, only like 14 weeks away now or something like that. It's crazy.
Something stupid.
Yeah, 15, 14 weeks away. What should athletes of all levels kind of be prioritizing right now? What should they be focusing on so that way they can have their best possible open this year?
Oh, just doing the constantly very functional movement, performed at high intensity.
Did you come up with that?
No.
Trademark.
My favorite thing, man, about the open is if you don't hold yourself to a standard, it shows up. You don't have to count your reps. You can just show the capacity, and you get to show the quality. So if you practice within the confines of a standard, you've done stuff to earn the capacity and kind of earn the experiences of doing well, then it doesn't matter what they throw at you. Because I mean, you can almost guess what things they're going to come up with. Yeah, they throw a monkey wrench in there every now and then, like a dumbbell. Or, you know, last year I thought the snatch was awesome with the heavy lift. So, like, them testing you, like your wherewithal, your confidence, you know, what kind of courage do you have under fatigue to lift heavy at a high percentage? And some people even get a new 1-rep max, which was awesome. It's an awesome thing to see in the gym, you know, Friday Night Lights, or in the classroom doing the open or whatever. So, doing things right, not taking the shortcuts. It's okay to hold yourself to a standard and you know, bite the bullet, see where you're at, and build. That's what this is about. There's no eligibility like we talked about. So meet yourself where you are, build on that, be objective, write it down, know where you're at, know where the progress is so you don't stall out and you can stay motivated. And then all that stuff will fall down where it's supposed to.
Like you said, meet yourself where you're at. You know, I think a lot of people try and overshoot their goals or their reach for what they want every year in the open, not realizing that they got to meet themselves where they're at.
Yeah,
So.
being realistic with yourself is a big deal. The worst thing you can come in, and I experienced this firsthand, is coming in with, you know, a really big expectation, regardless of where I thought I was, figured out I was, or any of that. I remember telling people, see you at regionals in 2013, and That was not a good idea. So,
That's a good tip for anybody to take into account, I think.
yeah, no doubt. It's a valuable thing to know yourself as an athlete, and confidence is cool, but sense of kind of where you are as an athlete and not kind of living past your means there is a big deal. So, come in and realize like there's no eligibility. The bag of tricks is big, and you don't have to have the world right now. So patience is a real thing here, and it's a place that if you don't have it, you will find out very fast. And that's usually where people find out is if they come in with this crazy expectation like I did, and you kind of get let down. But it can be a way more kind of fun road to go down if you come in with the expectation that I'm going to work hard and I'm going to claim skills in the right order, I'm going to do things right, the way this coach tells me to, because that's their job, and that's kind of the trust you're putting in them to lead you down the right path and to put you in a position to be successful. So
yeah, I think it's great. So yeah, kind of a little closing remarks here. Is there anything you want to leave the listeners with? Anything you want to?
Stop getting haircuts and shaving. That's also a short road to fitness.
The longer the beard, the better the hair.
The longer the beard, the better the hair. What else, man? What am I involved in? Misfit athletics camps coming to a city near you. Sharpentheaxeco.com for the sweet gear. You can follow me on Instagram. It's at Dex Hopkins, very creative name. And at Misfit Athletics, do a lot of stuff with those guys. Some of my best friends. And CrossFit Maximus. So we'll be around. Follow those. Enjoy your own journey. You can peek into mine with many jokes and funny videos on my Instagram and Misfit. What else?
That's about it.
Colin.
Yeah.
The longer the beard, the shorter the shorts, man.
That's right. Knee cleavage. Other things.
Show the knee.
That's it.
Free the knee. Alrighty guys, well if you like this video and you want us to do more interviews, let us know who, like the page, like this video, and then share and subscribe to us on YouTube. See you later.